Hey, Brody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Stony Ridge Farm. Today, if you're just now getting in here, guys, and you're not subscribed already to the live stream channel, hit that subscribe button. It's called Cows and Coffee over on YouTube. We'd love to have you back. It's just straight live streams, okay? So we don't do live streams on the main channel anymore. We're doing them right here with you guys. This is an interactive live stream. Please leave all the comments and questions you might have. If you're on Facebook and you leave stars, understand I'll go back and thank you. If you do leave stars, just post how many stars you left and I'll thank you right here on the live stream. Welcome to the farm, guys. It's beautiful out here. We're going to have a gorgeous day here on the farm. We're going to go feed the cows here in just a minute. Grab your coffee and cheers. Me and Brody are sitting out here on the porch. This is Brody in case you haven't met him. Hey, what you doing, boy? Brody is a cockapoo, I think is what you call your cockapoo. Part cocker spaniel, part poodle. Brody came with Miss Stony Ridge when she came back to the farm. Teenage farmers in the house. Brett Ball in the house, guys. It's good to have you. I found this. You see it sitting here. I found this yesterday on the, not on my farm, but actually on some land I used to own. And I was out there with my neighbor, and this is what I found. I was out there. It's a spearhead. I was out there with my neighbor, and we were looking down at something. We're looking at some pipe, and I looked down and I saw that. Holy cow, dude. What a find. This is not a rock that's native locally here where I live in North Carolina. This is a spearhead, and I don't know how to date this, but I think it predates the 1600s. Amazing find, guys. Amazing find. So we'll put that in our pocket. We'll take it with us and show it again later in the live stream. So that was a really cool find. I've never found an arrowhead. I found an atlatl weight, which is a weight for the back of a spear. And then I found this, and this was near water. So after rainstorms and near water, if you've newly cleared land or pushed up some brush or something like that, that's when this stuff will surface. And it was just sitting right on top of the ground, and it was just as pretty as it could be. I looked down and I was like, wow. So you keep your eyes peeled if you're on cleared land or newly cleared land, but this is the best pasture treasure ever. So again, hey boy, that's my Brody. Again, this is Brody. He's so cool, dude. He's the coolest dog ever. He is the house guard dog right now. So he rides with me on the tractor sometimes. We go do some work over on the other side of the farm. I take him on the four-wheeler. He rides on my lap, but he doesn't go with us to go feed the cows. I just thought I'd bring him outside for some fresh air this morning. So grab your coffee. Cheers. Who's drinking coffee this morning? It's a little late. I've been in the office working all morning long. Typically, my morning routine is get up, go in the office, start answering some of your comments and stuff, and get in there and manage all the various social media channels and stuff like that, and then get out here and get some work done. You hear the airplane coming over. It's a big twin-engine airplane that comes over probably 50 times a day and does a circle. So when you watch the regularly scheduled videos, you'll hear me frustrated. The prettier the day, the more that airplane comes out. Hey, don't jump, whatever you do. Yeah, better than milk bottle caps. It is better than milk bottle caps. Don't put it in your pocket is what you're saying. It'll break. I carried it all day yesterday. If it hadn't broken the last several hundred years, I think we're going to be okay. But anyway, yeah, that's what I found. Really cool. Any of you guys know how to date spears? Let me know. It's really, really cool. Something neat. I keep my eyes peeled for this stuff all the time. We find antler sheds all the time on the farm. Found a huge antler shed this year, a 12-point buck just right out here in the front pasture. Things are greening up on the farm right now. The yard's looking good. If you guys didn't see the video how to make your grass turn green without fertilizer, check it out. It's good information. Today, I've got to get out. We're going to be testing the Select Track electric tractor. We'll go over there and visit it real quick, too. If you guys haven't seen that tractor on the farm, It is a fully electric tractor, and we're charging it 100% solar. It'll never be plugged into the grid, so it's basically a sun-powered tractor, which I don't know how you can beat that. No energy whatsoever burnt other than what comes in from the sun. Concrete project has been going on for 2 weeks here, guys, and we're about to wrap it up. We got some videos coming out this weekend on the main channel on YouTube about the concrete project. Lots of stuff going on. Yeah, Smithsonian would know, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't have one of those here right now. I need one. Hello, Sir Josh. Is that milk coffee for sure? This is just coffee. I do mine black. This is coffee. Anybody recognize that emblem? I think it's upside down. Had a little bit of a frog in my throat over the last few days. I think it's from breathing all this pollen. This time of year, the pollen is thick, really thick. Took us a little bit longer to get our concrete job done because we needed dry weather. We needed dry weather. We needed fairly warm weather. And we had 20-degree temperatures on Monday. So we needed dry and warm weather, and we got it yesterday. So, Ivan says, I was warned. I carried this in my pocket all day yesterday. I'm not too hard on my pockets, but I would hate to break it. Hope you hire me up on your farm. I'm not hiring, bro. As your assistant soon. We can God bless, but I'm not hiring anybody. It's just me and Miss Stony Ridge here and Brody, right? Hey, right? Isn't that right? Can't be a boy. Kitty. I love my doggy. So yeah, what a well-behaved dog. Do you guys know of any dog you could put on your porch rail and just let him sit there? Well, we'll take your advice. We'll put it in. I'll show you guys one more time, and we'll take this and put it in. Doesn't it create a larger carbon footprint to make electric batteries than using diesel, or is that a myth? Man, the carbon footprint, I can't control what electric batteries and equipment are made. I can't control it. I haven't done the math on it. I'm not here to do the math on that. I'm just here to show you that there's another way. And yeah, I don't know. The batteries are going to be created. You've got a battery. You're watching me on something most likely that takes a battery right now, or a piece of electronics. And we get the China argument all the time too. Shouldn't be buying Chinese this and Chinese that. Well, show me a television that's not made in China nowadays. Show me any car that's 100% made in the USA. Show me a tractor that's 100% made in the USA. It just doesn't exist, guys. Even the nails that put this deck together, I mean, where'd they come from? It's probably China. So I don't know. And I don't know about the carbon footprint of what it takes to make batteries, but I do know that every man, woman, and most children have a cell phone in their pocket that has a lithium-ion battery in it. So it's kind of hard to throw stones when you live in that glass house. You know what I mean? It's pretty tough. You know, each truck has a battery here. Each truck has tires on it here. I mean, they're, you know, in the world of carbon footprints, I'm not so sure that, well, we'll just say this, a good farm should be sequestering carbon instead of creating carbon. Creating carbon for the soil, sequestering carbon from the air in the form of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is our best and most effective way of sequestering carbon, and grassland is better for the environment. Not saying rainforest. I mean, rainforest is good for the environment too, but grassland around here where we live sequesters more carbon and produces more oxygen and is better for the environment than forest land. You got to think about it. Grass is growing year round. The root cycles are growing. The grass, the stems on the grass is growing. It's always growing and it's always pulling carbon. It's always doing that. So grassland sequesters more carbon and builds more topsoil than in the forest. If you don't believe it, go in the woods and dig down about that deep and you'll see no topsoil. It's just dirt. Go in a pasture, a healthy pasture like this, and dig down about this deep, and you should continue to get nice, rich, black dirt and earth and root systems. So, yeah. BGG, it takes rare earth minerals to produce batteries. The disposal is the biggest issue. There you go. Recycle them for sure. So we're going to set the coffee down. We're going to put Brody inside real quick. We're going to take off up and get a hay bale and take it up to the cows. We'll show you guys some of the projects that have been going on here on the farm. Be sure you hit the like button. Again, if you're just coming in and you're on the YouTube channel, Cows and Coffee, guys, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you. If you're on Facebook, go over there and hit the subscribe button on Cows and Coffee. That way you get notified every time we go live like this, and we can show you some cool stuff. Awesome. Let me put little Brody up. You ready, boy? Here we go. He's a good dog. Say bye. There you go, little boy. Go ahead. Good boy. Got to put my spearhead in here as per recommendations. I would hate to break that thing. Got to put my shoes on too. Typically, I'd be out of the house a little bit earlier, but I debated. Oh, my knee. Oh, I debated on going, doing a day in the life video this morning and just walking around and showing exactly what I do, but I figured I'd take you guys on the live stream. I have been down in my back a little bit, so you might see me walking a little funny. I've just been down in my back, and when I get stressed out, I think the concrete pour was pretty stressful for me. When I get stressed out, my stress manifests itself in my lower back. Better. I hope it's better. Let me see if I can fix real quick. Oh, it's alarming. Help, it's Cruise. There, should be good now. Sorry, guys. I failed to turn off the Wi-Fi. So we went off Starlink. I'm going to do a video about Starlink here very soon because I'm disappointed in the service here lately. And it's getting worse and it's getting more expensive. Not cool at all. Not cool at all. All right, better, good. In case you guys don't know, that's the Greg Judy bale unroller. We're going to hook up to a bale and go out and roll it out to the cows. Look at the grass. It's just gorgeous. We're still feeding hay. We'll be feeding hay probably until mid-May this year. I've got some new pastures that we're clearing. We may even be able to take you guys over there today too. So we're headed down here past the sawmill. So hook up to a hay bale. Okay. So these are the hay bales. We've got 2 more stacks about like this. Pretty big hay stacks. I'd say we got another 15 to 20 bales right here. We'll finish all these up and then we'll start getting hay from the top of the hill, which is where the cows are moving to in the next few days or weeks. Okay, come on, tripod. You can be my friend. There we go. My tripod's not cooperating with me again. Okay, we're going to back up here and get hooked up to this hay bale. What's up with you, tripod? What you got going there, bud? There. Good deal. So we're hooking up to this guy here. I'll show you how all this works. There I am. Here are the cows mooing. Uh-oh. Cut it a little. Stupid shit hurt. It's hurting right now. What on earth is that? Looks like a marshmallow. All right, here we go. How to back up a tiny trailer. If you're avid followers of the channel, guys, you will have seen others attempt to back this hay bale unroller. And you'll have seen others fail at it. It's a little bit tough to back up sometimes. There we go. Almost dead center. Catch a lot of flack for storing my hay outside instead of putting it in a $50,000 barn and wasting money. Don't know why. There we go. Seems to me if it'll stay outside and stay fresh, then it'll be fine. This is spring cut hay from last year. Crank this bale up. There's like a wad of hair. Oh, look at the worms underneath here. There's just tons of fishing worms, good fishing worms. Look at that dude right there. Oh, baby. I'm going to have to do some fishing later. Go flip over one of these bales and get me some worms. Sometimes I'll gather up those worms and drop them in the flower beds around the farm, or the plant beds. Those raised beds really love the worms. All right, here we go. We're going to be pulling this bale all the way up the hill where the cows are. This is a Honda Foreman 500. By the way, and we're pulling, that bale is probably about a 900 pounder. Honda Foreman is probably not recommended to tow that much weight, but it does just fine. No problems whatsoever. I have something I need to do before we go do the cows. Hopefully our bale holds out, doesn't fall over. We're gonna go down here and open the gate. I'll show you guys. Come on, gear shifter. There we go. We're gonna go down here and open up the gate. My concrete guys are supposed to show up a little bit later today. I want to leave the gate open for them. I don't want to get bothered right in the middle of our live stream with a phone call. Do you have lots of turkeys on your place? We have turkeys, wild turkeys, for sure. Let's make sure my ringer's off too, since I'm not playing it smart. I'll show you something cool that I just had the idea to do for Amazon packages. First, I gotta program the gate real quick. Just raise up a section of this gate. Basically, my gate is set up to where it will not stay open unless I turn it off. Now, here's what I just built for Amazon packages. So I'm going to build a little shack right here. It'll be open on the back for the Amazon folks to set the packages on, so we're in good shape. And I can come pull all this stuff up later on. That's just a little 4x4 concrete pad. And I think that'll make it easier on Amazon guys, because we come out here sometimes it'll be pouring down rain and our packages will be sitting at the gate. So that's a little bit safer and more sturdy platform for the Amazon folks to. Amazon, who else? FedEx, UPS, all those guys. All right. Zip down here and we're going to turn around. Got a big old pile of mulch you'll see right here where we're turning around. We're gonna drop some of this in the manure spreader soon. Spread it around on the land. Get us some biomass. Something to hold moisture. The whole goal of this is to create soil on the farm and also to help it hold moisture and make the land more drought tolerant. You guys might have heard the phone just beep. That was my security camera letting me know that I was right here. Okay. Away we go. Questions? Heck yes, I store my round bales outside. I'll show you where I've left 150 bales, virtually no waste rolling them out. Yep. Now, I haven't seen any wild turkeys this year and or heard any, but they're out here. To Leslie, who asked a little bit earlier. Just see a future video with this little Yanmar 1600. Somebody gave that to me. They said it was locked up. It's not locked up. I think we're going to get it running. That could be a fun video to film today, as pretty as it is outside. Hay bale's holding on good. That's a Select Track tractor back there. There we go. We got cows about ready to pop, guys. I don't know, we're going to start seeing calves very soon. Tobacco barn. The mega shop and the concrete pour right there. You're going to see more of that this weekend. We just poured an apron on there. I cannot go in and out of my building for several days now. It is what it is. Cows are right up here, guys. So we've grazed this area. They moved off about 5 days ago, maybe 6. It's starting to green back up. Moved them off of this yesterday. Moved them up here yesterday evening, and they're ready for some hay. I didn't give them hay yesterday evening. I let them eat the green stuff. So what that means is I anticipate the cows to have some wet butts. Wet butts meaning when they first start eating green grass in the spring, they tend to get the squirts a little bit. Did that really just happen? There we go. Don't hit the gate. There we go. So, got a bit of a decision to make here on, I've got to take some fencing loose. I typically wouldn't have to take loose. Let's show you what we got. We're going to take this guy loose. Ooh, there we go. Toss him to the side. And then we'll go through right there. Hey, guys. Good morning. Okay. My gimbal has a mind of its own right now. It's just doing whatever it wants to do. Hey, Susie. Where's Susie? Susie, we can't hear you. Can you speak up, please? Oh, man. All right, it's your guys' job to make sure the cows don't get out right now. Here we go. So we're going to drive right up in here, and we're going to be rolling out a hay bale. Probably right up that way. Get the hang with the cows for a minute. You girls ready? You hungry? I am not turning the camera. It's doing it on its own. All right, let's get some hay in here for you kids. Okie dokie, Daddy's coming. Daddy's coming. Get back. Shush, 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 shush. Come on, guys. There's no reason to be here. I'm not going to feed you hay right here, so there's no reason. I see number 205 right here. Just wants to go. Go, go, go. Shush, 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 shush. Shush, 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 shush. Shush, shush, shush. Don't be crowding my gate. There we go. A day without stepping in manure is a day that never was. All right, let's ride up here. We'll show you guys what we're doing. Oh! Okay, here we go. Dude, out of the way. Guys, this is not your first day on the farm. Look out. Look out, kids. Here's a perfect example of grass is greener on the other side of the fence up here, number 44. Trying to shove her face up in that grass in there. I've got to run a hot wire all the way around this little section. This is where the solar well is, and they want in there always. They want to get in there. I don't know what the attraction is. I guess it's grass, just taller grass. So where we're going to roll this hay bale out, it's going to be kind of on this little spot right here that's kind of devoid of nutrient. We'll get that rolled out right now. Right in there. Okay. Okay, fuzzballs. Will you let me get the hay off of the trailer first, kids? Get back. Come on, guys. Come on, there you go. Karate cow. Karate. The hay bale was doing so good until you guys knocked it off. What are we going to do about that? If you wait just a second, I swear we'll have food. You can get back. The food's not going to go away. It's already here. Cows can be super frustrating sometimes, guys. They will get into stuff. They will destroy stuff. They will tear stuff up, knock stuff over. And there's one right behind the camera right now trying to tear up the fencing. Okay, get back, girls. Ooh, I see a board with a nail in it. How that got out here, I don't know. Watch out, Tammy. Hey, baby. All right, they got the food. They were ready. One more round. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see what I got going on over here, but we'll make sure you can. So when I get done rolling the hay out, I've got to crank this guy back up and prep it for the next bale. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 rounds. That's it. So, nice little visit with the cows, and you guys are going to see what overgrazing looks like. But it's springtime, and we're purposefully overgrazing right now because we are bale feeding, okay? So we're purposefully letting the cows manurize these sections of pasture. This is some of the worst land on the farm from this point over, okay? We're healing it back this direction right there. But from this point forward or over, you see a lot of broom straw, a lot of broom sedge. means that the pH of the soil is pretty bad. We did put down some Solucal or lime substitute, pretty much a fast-acting lime to help sweeten the land up. So if you think about it, the pH is 4. It's very acidic. The land is bitter. We want to sweeten the land up and bring the pH up to about 6. So I put 250 pounds to the acre of Fast Cal or Solucal down right here, which should bring the pH from about 4 to 4.2 up to about 5-ish. We're going to have to continue to treat this field right here, both in the spring and in the fall. But the great thing about what comes out of those cows is that it's pretty much pH neutral. It's about 7.35. So that will also help to bring the pH of the soil up and put carbon on the land. So lots of thought processes going on right here. I will come in where the cows are in this paddock and every paddock subsequently, and I'm putting down grass seed with the Tar River seed spreader, the broadcast seed spreader. That, after a rain, allows the cows to trample the grass seed in, and there's grass seed inside the hay bale here. So 1 bag of grass seed will be spread over this entire area, and this is about 1.5 acres, something like that. So let's see, did you get the spring fixed on the bale and roller? Both springs are broken on the bale and roller. I fixed it all and they're both broken. I give up. I give up on the springs on the bale and roller. Either I'm reinstalling them wrong or they're just not strong enough to handle what I'm doing. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but yeah, I've given up on the springs on the bale and roller. And really all they're there to do is to help push this back down onto the ground as it unrolls a hay bale. So we're going to be rolling out bales for another month or so, maybe a month and a half, and then I'll bring this thing into the shop. We've got some big time upgrades. Let's just show you. So we're going to put a hydraulic system on this bale and roller, so I can back up to the bale and hit a button and it'll grab the bale, and then I'm going to put a winch on it, an electric winch, so I can just hit a button and it raises it up. So I'll be able to back up to a bale, not even have to get off the machine, pick it up and bring it up here. Now, if I could teach the gates to open on their own, we'll be right. I'm very curious about your experiences with Starlink. I was just saying I'm disappointed in my Starlink internet right now. The price is going up, the service is going down. I'm not sure what kind of longevity plan we have here with Mr. Musk on the Starlink, but currently I have Spectrum internet ran out here to the house. So I think we're going to drop Starlink, and I'll do a video dedicated to that. So just here, what does your shirt say? Stupid shit hurt. Are you going to drag the pastures one more time before the spring green up? Some of the pastures. So you'll see a future video on that. Some of the pastures I'm going to drag, some of them I'm going to leave. I'm going to do some experimentation to see if dragging the pastures actually does a better job at dispersing. I know it does a better job dispersing the manure, but if it does a better job at grass growth and dispersal of nutrient in the soil. So how are the fish ponds? Fish ponds are good. You need to relax a little. All right, I know you can't relax. Not in the business that I run. You can't relax, man. The cows need love. The cows need love. So let's see here. It's kind of Q&A time. We're actually going to go hang with the cows here in just a second too. Happy lunch break to those of you who are getting on your lunch break. Hershey, Pennsylvania. Cows are not as bad as pigs. For what? Oh, for getting the squirts. Gotcha. Are your calves from your new bull? No, man. That bull's only been here for... A cow's gestation period is the same as a human. It's 9 months. So the calves are last year's calves. So we put the bull in on the 4th of July, and we should start having babies around the 4th of April-ish. So I'm shooting for April 12th, 15th or something like that. And I won't be traveling out of town while we're calving, I hope. How's the new bull doing? New bull's doing great. But yeah, there are no calves from the new bull. The new bull's only been here for about 3 weeks to a month, something like that. Yep. Yeah, and to your point, Ken, about relaxing a little bit, man. Um, dude, you can't let up. You can't let up. You can't. You have to take some me time, and I'll take me time pretty much every day. I go down, I leave the farm, I'll go down to the gym, I'll get a good workout in. I've got some friends there. I'll get to talk to those guys. I'll deliver some eggs. Sometimes I'll deliver some beef down there. And yeah, I just have to leave pretty much daily, unless we have something like this big concrete pour, which has been going on for quite some time. So about 5 days of when I would normally leave, I didn't get to leave this time in the last couple weeks. So, yep, new bull's doing great though, guys. I need that shirt. We had these shirts on the StonyRidgeFarmer.com website. We had them for 2.5 years, and I spent about $12,000 designing and bringing shirts to the farm to ship out to folks like you guys, but we didn't get the sales that we needed. So if you look at the top on Facebook, you'll find the merch store. Support, if you want to support this, you can support it and get a shirt and a hat or whatever you want to get. So you don't have to, but we didn't have enough support. Again, I spent 12 grand on hats and shirts and probably sold $4,000 worth total over the last 2.5 to 3 years. So do you worry about other animals getting your herd sick like deer? In most cases, we'll find that disease does not transspeciate, okay? So transspeciate means go between species. So chicken most likely won't get a cow sick. A deer won't most likely get a cow sick. So yeah, they don't transspeciate. So it'd be like, would I be worried if a deer came on my place? Would I get sick? No. Nope. My grandson has ADD. You seem a lot like him, LOL. And you sound like him. He's a true sweetheart, but people just don't get it. I think ADD is you don't want my opinion on what ADD is. Some people are inherently not as active as other people. Some people's minds are inherently not as active as other people's minds. You might be able to hyper-focus. Somebody might be able to hyper-focus and run a nuclear power plant, where I would go absolutely crazy sitting there staring at that screen all day, every day. It would drive me completely crazy. I need multiple things to keep my mind occupied. I don't call it ADD. I call it a learning difference and a behavior difference. And so I was diagnosed as a younger man. Fly, get out. See, squirrel. I was diagnosed as a young man as having attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And what it was is I grew up on a farm, and we had to think about a lot more things. And when you put me in a classroom in English class, and I had to sit there and listen to blah, 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 and sit still, I didn't do very good. I didn't do good because it was boring. Like, I need more stimulation than that. I need more, I need to know the whens, the whys, the hows, and I need to do things in order to keep my mind occupied. So, have you got your 200 chickens yet? Not yet, but should be April 15th or so when the chickens come in. I'm gonna turn the camera around. We're gonna go visit with the cows real quick. And speaking of ADD, we'll kind of show you guys around a little bit too. Let's just go over here. See our big giant manure pats, that butt fertilizer we love so much on the farm. This grass did not look like this, guys, and you can see this is a result of hay that was rolled out in the summertime, last summer. This is overdone, okay? But you can see the green grass that's coming up around it. In a year, that will rot, and that green grass will be prolific. In other words, it'll grow really, really thick right there. We've been rolling out hay, I guess now for 2 seasons. And you can just see the difference out here in this section of pasture. This was a briar patch when we bought the farm. I mean, total briar patch. Have you gave some thoughts about ducks on the farm? No more thought than I've ever given, brother. We had ducks. Ducks are nasty creatures. They're just nasty, nasty, nasty creatures. So if we have ducks, they would be on the pond, and ducks make great food for everybody. So any animals that come visiting get a nice meal of duck. Geese do pretty good, but geese won't stay off the sidewalk in the house, up at the house. So they basically need to be raised on the pond or they won't make it. We have wild ducks that come in and nest on the pond and everything. That's Blue Eyes. Hey, Blue Eyes. Karate cow getting bigger. This is Butthead. Butthead, she had her baby early this year. We're going to do a little cow walk. That's Cindy right there. You'll see some patchiness on the hair of the cows. We're getting to where we're starting to lose our winter coats. The cows are getting hot and they're scratching and rubbing on things like this little oak tree right here. And this is the donkey, result of having a donkey, peeling the bark off the tree, which is really not good for the tree. But the donkey serves a purpose, old Tammy. So you can see we got some cows about to pop. Great big old fat cows. Got some youngsters here. This is 301, little Mortimer that was born this year. Hey, buddy. How you doing? 15's about to pop. This girl here is about to pop 22. She's pregnant. 12, Mona. She was showing signs the other day. That's kind of, we'll look at her butt. She's not quite ready to calve yet, but she's getting close. 213. Good looking young heifer. All right. And let's do our duty, our rock duty for today. There's one. 1 out of 10. Okay. Hey, girl. 13.5. This is 13 and a half. This would be her first calf this year. And she's not really showing too many signs in the udder department. She's not utterly swollen. Like I said before, God bless you. Just be my grandson. You just be you. My grandson is doing well also. Awesome, Peggy. Yeah, the diagnosis of an excuse for learning differences, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and I understand. My mom told me, you know, I couldn't sit still in class. I just couldn't sit still. I was bored, man. I was bored. And you get a medical diagnosis, and they put me on Ritalin as a child, which is horrible. It's not right. It's not right to have to put a child on you put a child in a cage and then expect him to sit still with the rest of the sheeple. And I grew up on a farm, man. I grew up different than most people. The new bull, Donnie, is doing good. He's right over there. Everybody's doing good. No sickness, no illness, no worminess. The cows are healthy and happy. And amazingly enough, we didn't have to feed them any grain, and we didn't have to give them antibiotics, and we didn't have to worm them. We let nature do it. We're getting a few flies in this year already, which is normal. This will change as we start moving the cows a little more frequently, and we get those new laying hens that are going to go out on pasture with the cows. Hope you had a good trip to Maine. Nice to see us, says Ken. Dude, that was awesome. That was a great time. That was a great time up there. Education is boring most of the time. Depends on the education. If it's something that you're interested in, it's not so boring. You know, when I went to college, I started going back to college as an adult, right out of the Air Force. I had a 4.0 grade point average. I mean, but when I was in school, in elementary school, they wanted to put me on some kind of pill to make me learn faster. Come on, man. Philip says, honestly, it should be against the law to force your child to public school. Very little learning. I don't know about all that. You're not forced to do that, and I do think that some homeschooling is good. What I think, okay, we'll give you my opinion. You can't just rely on the school to teach your children. You have to be a parent also. The school's not going to teach your child all the life skills that your child needs in order to be successful. You have to instill that work ethic. You have to instill that knowledge. And if you think the school system's responsible for all that, you're just wrong. That's it. And I agree with you. Kids pick up bad habits. When I moved from the county schools to the city schools, I got picked on a whole lot because I was old farm boy. And now all of those people that picked on me for that, and they learned it. It was a learned behavior from their parents. You know, people that live in the country are hicks, and people that live in the country are stupid, and people, you know, uneducated. It's just not the truth. But they learned those habits from their parents. Had some folks visit us. Let's go see Tammy. Had some folks that I used to work with in the hospital come by and visit the other day. And they're both college grads. They both have their doctorate. They're both pharmacists, and they're really wonderful people. And they said, you guys got to come on down and visit us. They live in Alabama. I said, come on down and visit us, man. We'd love to have you down. I'm like, dude, we can't go anywhere. We can't go on vacation. He's like, oh, it's so crazy during football season. And it's just, we'll get together and watch football game and do this, do that. I'm like, man, we don't have time for football game sports. I'm like, we don't have time to be fans of our favorite football team. I don't have time to watch the news channels to see what political garbage people are arguing about. I got animals to take care of. I've got land to take care of. I've got a place to manage that takes up all of my day. At the end of the day, I might watch a little TV, something to melt my mind a little bit, and I might watch a little sports, but I don't have time to sit around on Sunday afternoon and watch sports. I just don't have time to be a fan, a dedicated fan to anything, any kind of sport. Ain't that right? Look at 201. She's pretty. Why do you need a donkey? Tammy is a guard donkey. Tammy will kick a coyote's butt in a heartbeat. So that's why we need a donkey. It's to help protect the young calves from any predator attack that might occur. Now, I don't think we've ever had a predator attack, but Tammy is a guard donkey. If somebody pulls in the driveway, Tammy sees it. You'll hear Tammy call out first. She's like a guard dog. She'll bite too. Time is money. You have worked hard for what you have. Hard work does that. Yeah, I've got opinions on money too, man. Money isn't real. Money is what you think money is. This is real. You know, my time is my most valuable commodity. My time and my health. Right, Karate Cow? My time and my health is my most valuable commodity. And if we don't have our health, then we have limited time. And you can make all the money you want to in the world, but it won't buy your happiness. You can't heat your house with it. It won't burn. You can't eat it. This is real. Look at alfalfa hair there. What kind of hair do you got going there, Karate Cow? Make no mistake, guys. We are growing high quality beef here, but the reason we're growing high quality beef is because we're growing high quality soil. Let's take a quick walk over here. In case you don't know, in case you're new to the channel, in case you're new to all this, this is our solar well setup. The solar well works awesome. This is what serves the livestock on the farm. 8 solar panels and a Lorentz solar setup. Underneath this pile of mulch is a insulated well cover, and it's buried up in the mulch, so it's even more insulated. Underneath that pile of mulch is an insulated well cover, and that well cover keeps it from freezing in the wintertime. This pumps when the sun is shining and when the sun doesn't shine. It's still pumping. So passive, totally passive energy system here on the farm. Not burning any power from the grid. And that's what we do. So let's take a quick look. Again, it's springtime. We're going to take a quick look over here at some of the pasture that's starting to green up. And we'll talk about where the cows are going next. So after they come out of this paddock that they're currently in, which is right here, we're going to go down to this paddock. They'll be in there for 5 days, and we'll open up another one. They'll be in there. So 10 full days here, then 10 full days right here. Once we move out of here, we'll start rotating our way all the way around to a gate that's over on the top of the hill. You guys want to go to the pond? You want to see the upper pond? This is the pond that had the bad leak in it. Got more pasture treasures to pick up. Here's car interior pieces. Should we go to the pond? I think we should. 40 in Wisconsin. I'll take 40. 40's not too bad. I'll take 40 degrees. This is a water tank, water cistern, 1,500 gallons of water storage right here. Or if we ever need backup, we've got it. The water gets pumped from the solar well to the water tower, water cistern here, and then is dispersed throughout the farm as far as the eye can see. That's how far. We have water pipe as far away as 4,600 feet. Have you ever used potash or other natural thing to improve the soil? Yeah, so lime, potash, that's just part of it. N, P, and K, you know, potash is just potassium, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we have a new mineral setup that's going on the farm here pretty soon. I might shoot that video today. We have a new, what's it called? A free choice mineral feeder. You can see starting to green up a little bit. Grass getting better every year. This is not good for the electric fence. How'd that slip my mind? I hear it popping too. Well, that's gonna help. Here's how I scoop up the electric fence without getting shocked, hopefully. Whoop! Well, I said hopefully. There we go. Now, boy, that'll be better. I was wondering why my charger wasn't hitting so hard. So the new fence is gonna go from the corner down here all the way over. We're fencing in this entire ridge down here. And that'll be with Farm Fence Solutions here in April. Mid-April, we'll start doing this. I'm gonna go look at the pond real quick. We've had some issues with otters in the pond eating the catfish. Haven't seen them lately, but we have had issues. Got to bring the skid loader up here and scrape this hole, fill this hole back in like it's supposed to be. Yeah, let's hop the fence. Come a long way, very happy for you. Thank you, Philip. What part of North Carolina? We're in north central North Carolina, about a half hour north of Greensboro. About an hour and a half northwest of Raleigh. 2 hours north of Charlotte. So this is the catfish pond. And I'm bringing the feeder up here. So we'll start doing some catfish feeding pretty soon. Saving up for land. It's so expensive where I live. Hang in there. Best to just buy it now and not save up. Save up a little bit and go ahead and buy it because it's going to be worth more. They're not making any more of it. Curious about how the catfish are doing in here, especially with the otter problem that we've had. I don't see any otter sign, but what was happening was otters were going in there, catching them, bringing them up, sitting on that rock and eating the great big old catfish. This pond is spring fed. There is a natural spring that bubbles up. Looks awesome. Probably about half an acre, maybe a little under half. Did the stuff not fix the pond, or is it still leaking? Dwight, it's good, brother. Good to go. See some plantain right here. Good cattle forage. Now the cows will have access to this pond at one point. Oh, come on, camera. They'll have access to this pond at one point. That point's going to be right over here, and I'm going to put a gravel entryway so that they can step right on the gravel and eat from the pond. Now, just saw a fish go that way. Or not eat from the pond, drink from the pond. So this will be the only waterway. They will never have access to get manure in the pond. They'll never have access to put a foot in the pond, only to get their nose in the pond. Awesome. Costs a little more money to do that, and we'll fence this entire area in. Now, we need some goats. We're going to need some goats pretty soon. So we'll also have to fence off this entire upper area to keep the cows out of the briar bushes. We don't want the cows going up through the briars and blackberries and getting hurt either. Are any bass or other fish? Dennis, this is a dedicated catfish pond. Only catfish and frogs. 100% dedicated catfish pond. The other ponds have other kind of fish in them, but this is dedicated catfish. 100%. A little walk around here. Looks like Joshy needs to come up here and do some weed eating, doesn't it? I think I'll do that today. I think I'll weed eat this bank and make this pretty. Either weed eat or come up here with a Ventrac and mow it all down. F. Huber says he bought as much land as he could afford 2.5 years ago and was offered double what you paid 2 months later. There you go. So the question might be posed, why did we do just catfish in this pond? And the answer to that question is I wanted a catfish pond. So we have, I take that back. We have catfish and we have sterile grass carp to help keep the grass down in that pond. I'm going to come up here later today. I'm going to start feeding them a little handful of food. We're actually considering putting a floating feeder in there to help build the catfish population up. And then we'll take those catfish out and put them in the other ponds. And we'll also fish them out and put catfish in the freezer. Nothing like good old smoked catfish. So throw them on the Traeger smoker out there, or the Z-Grill smoker, and it'll be delicious. Where was it? Where is it? Oh, Josh, where is it leaking out now? It's not. It's not leaking anymore, bro. It's just going out through the pipe. There's a through pipe that goes through the dam. So it's just running out through the pipe. We fixed the leak. The leak is no longer an issue. Not to say it won't come back. What do you feed catfish? Fish food, commercial fish food. So you can go buy commercial fish food at your local farm store, Tractor Supply, whatever. Ooh, pasture treasure. Piece of a greenhouse roof. Men are always finding trash, always. Now, here's something we don't use on the farm. I'm actually going to be getting this over to my buddy who's starting a goatscaping business. This is called a creep feeder from Tartar Farm and Ranch. We're not feeding our cows any grain, so we won't be using that. We will not be using that. 2 years ago, this was bare dirt. This right here, this luscious green grass, was bare dirt. Guys, you may remember, actually a year ago, you may remember we lost a calf way back when. All of this grass that's sprouting up here is a result, 100% result of rolling out hay. So Joe's Outdoor Experience. Joe, I've got your email in my inbox, dude. I'll be getting back with you today, later today. Thank you, Joe, for the $19.99 super chat. Guys, Joe has a channel. Joe's a local fella. And Joe, just so you know, we may go live with these guys too. I have Joe the Farmer, Capper Outdoors, and Carolina Ridge Life all coming here on Monday. So that should be pretty fun. And Joe, we're going to invite you up here too, if you want to come. Awesome. Well, we've walked our half a mile. Got my gym warm up in. I've got to go hook up to another hay bale. I've got to go bring some more wire right around through here so I can fence in a double fence around this area where the solar well, because if the cows get in there, they can tear those solar panels all to pieces. I've got permanent fencing going in right there at some point, but we're not quite ready for it. So that's it for today's live stream, guys. Thank you all so much. Hit that like button if you're not subscribed to the live stream channel over on YouTube. It's called Cows and Coffee. Jump in, subscribe over there. Love to have you back. Hopefully we can do this again on Sunday with Miss Stony Ridge when she's not here on the farm. When she's out of work and here on the farm. Guys, take care. Have a great day. I got to get practice back up on my live streams. See if we can get the cows to say bye. Woo! Woo! Just one of you. Woo! There we go. Take care, guys. Have a great day.